Oh, hello there. I'm Michael. It's National Poetry Month, and I invite you to experience some poetry. There are many places online where you can read a new poem every day, such as poetryfoundation.org or poets.org/poem-aid-day. On Twitter, go to @poetry_daily. However, while reading poetry is great, there's nothing quite like hearing poetry read aloud. So I encourage you to go online and listen to some poetry where you can find it. Maybe you're wondering where you can find poetry at the library. Poetry books can be found in nonfiction starting at $8.11 for American poetry in English. Great recent examples include The Tiny Journalist by Naomi Shihab Nye, and for young readers, Legacy, Women Poets of the Harlem Renaissance by Nikki Grimes, and any of the mini works by Jack Prelutsky. You might have heard such names as Maya Angelou, Emily Dickinson, and Langston Hughs, but try out some big names in contemporary poetry like Ocean Vuong, Ada Limon, Natalie Diaz, and Jericho Brown. There are so many poets out there, you can find exactly the right kind of poetry for you. And now, some poetry. The Porcupine by Ogden Nash. Any hound a porcupine nudges can't be blamed for harboring grudges. I know one hound that laughed all winter at a porcupine that sat on a splinter. Quicksand by Carol Ann Duffy. Mrs. Leathers told you all about quicksand. Now you're scared. You'd take the shortcut through the muddy field if you dared. But quicksand takes a laced-up shoe, a white sock, then sips a trembling pair of knees. In its moist suck, drinks the hem of a new blue dress to the waist. Your hands will panic over your head, claw at space. Quicksand under your armpits, to your chin. Now you drown the way Mrs. Leather said you would. The whole town comes searching with blankets and lights, but too late. Only your satchel's found at dawn, at the edge of the field by this gate. And now a poem in Spanish, Hora De Estrellas by Federico Garcia Lorca. El silencio redondo de la noche, sobre el pentagrama del infinito. Yo me salgo desnudo en la calle, maduro de versos perdidos. Lo negro, acribillado por el canto del grillo, tiene es fuego fatuo, muerto del sonido. Esa luz musical que percibe el espíritu. Los esqueletos de mil mariposas duerman en mi recinto, y una juventud de brisas locas sobre el río. This is Poet to Bigot by Langston Hughs. I have done so little for you, and you have done so little for me, that we may have good reason never to agree. I, however, have such meager power, clutching at a moment while you control an hour. But your hour is a stone, my moment is a flower. Finally, As Soon as Fred Gets Out of Bed by Jack Prelutsky. As soon as Fred gets out of bed, his underwear goes on his head. His mother laughs, "Don't put it there, a head's no place for underwear." But near his ears, above his brains, is where Fred's underwear remains. At night, when Fred goes back to bed, he deftly plucks it off his head. His mother switches off the light and softly croons, "Good night, good night." And then, for reasons no one knows, Fred's underwear goes on his toes. This has been The Magic of Poetry with Michael. Thank you for coming. Have a good month.